Hi, my name is Bob Evett. I'm president of the board of Opera Grand Rapids. My involvement with the opera really came about through my work at Steelcase, where I had a colleague who was on the board and began inviting me to different events and operas, and I really fell in love with it. I've been on the board of Opera Grand Rapids now for 8 years. I think a critical element for the opera moving into the future is to leverage the new collaborative relationships we've established with Carolina and Toledo. You have 3 operas that are working together on the opportunity to be extremely local, but at the same time to collaborate on programming. So for instance, you're able to establish longer-term contracts with the principals. You can share set design and costume. So executing that local opera with the resources of 3 organizations rather than 1. This gives us the opportunity to do 2 things. One, we leverage innovation and quality, and so we're able to continually put higher and higher levels of quality on the stage, and also the collaboration allows us to leverage efficiency. So it's not often that you get the opportunity to do both of those things at once, and this model gives us great opportunity, and we're really only at the beginning of realizing that based on this confederation that we put together last year. You know, you look at a community the size of Grand Rapids, all communities this size don't have an opera, and they don't support the arts community to the extent that we see here, which is really the enthusiasm and the appreciation is tremendous. From a Steelcase perspective, you know, we're always trying to attract the best, the brightest, and the most interesting people. And Grand Rapids, the type of market it is, you need elements of culture, diversity, so that those people want to come here, they want to live here, they want to grow their families here, and they want to stay here. A vibrant arts community is absolutely essential to that. What I may be most proud about, though, is after 50 years, we are becoming well positioned for the next 50 years. It's not about a staid program. We're evolving, we're innovating, and we're creating a platform that's going to make sure that Opera Grand Rapids is here forever. When I think about our current initiatives, one of the things we've worked very hard on is taking our programming and our planning and moving it farther and farther out into the future. So, you know, we announced this season earlier than we ever had. That has a tremendous impact on marketing, the ability to reach people. We're already planning the next 3 years. I would say that is really important for our opera because I go back to that collaborative model with Carolina and Toledo. The farther out we can get, the more venues we have available to us, the more opportunity we have to build audience. I think that's a critical initiative. So one of the things I'm pleased with is that our performance to budget, our fundraising capabilities are all growing and enhanced. Our ability to operate within budget, which for a nonprofit arts organization is extremely important, and our ability to reach out into the community, to attract donors, to attract patrons that want to support the art form is critical. And it requires a lot of work by a lot of people, and what's probably most important is building relationships. Passion for the art is great, relationships really make it happen. I would say another thing that I might mention in regard to our progress is we're really starting to see more diversity in our audience. We're starting to see ethnic diversity, and we're starting to see demographic diversity. Both of those things are important goals for the opera and important to our growth into the future. As we look forward to the next 50 years, I think we're going to see an evolution of some of the things Opera Grand Rapids has started to do. One is there is a core series of patrons that love the traditional opera programs, the complexity, the quality, the beauty. At the same time, the art form needs to protect that, but continue to evolve and experiment and do new things that are dramatic, interesting, and will attract new audiences. Attracting new audiences is critical for the future of the opera. And the opera can suffer from a stereotype that's actually not true, right? This idea of people dressed to the nines, it's only for people that are very wealthy. What we found is if you can give people tastes of opera in small bits, if you can go to where they are and not always expect them to come to the theater, if you can get them involved when they're young, then you're going to grow that audience because they'll come to appreciate it. Well, when I think about memories with Opera Grand Rapids, I guess I would go back to the first one I ever saw, which was many years ago, probably in the early to mid 1990s, and we came to see the Magic Flute. And the nice thing about it is I thought the music's beautiful, Mozart, right? The story is interesting and appealing, but I brought my daughter, who was in 4th grade at the time, and just to see her face, it was almost magical, the way she just was engulfed and engaged by what she was seeing on the stage. Because very young, I didn't know how she'd appreciate it or like it. She brought a friend, they were just mesmerized. It's important to me that we express appreciation to our donors, our patrons, and our volunteers. These are the people that make Opera Grand Rapids go, and they are so passionate and so loving, and we're just really appreciative of them, and we should always keep that in mind.